life is the story, isn't it? And the more you really open your eyes, the more aware you become, the more you see all the beauty in it and all the lessons in it and why you're here. To let go of your preconceived notions, to find out why, truly find out why, and then you can let go. You can't let go of anything until you truly find out why it's happening or what's happening for it. But to truly, but be open to it, not hostile towards it. To be open to it and allow it to be and see what it is. That's what it is. Do you want to take a picture? Just roll up there. Go see her. Here. There we go. The more I can understand why I'm here, the more I can give and receive unconditional love. And I think that's the goal of all ekkas, is this unconditional love. And it sounds really simple, but it's not that simple. This is Alex when he was little. My son, well, I adopted him when he was 2. He had several different health problems when we got him. But I could never connect with him. His whole life, he has resented me. And I could never figure out why. So I was finally, recently, well, I guess maybe a year or 2 ago, I was talking to a fellow ekkas who was adopted. And he said he always felt these feelings of abandonment in his life. And I thought about it, and that made me understand my son for the first time. But over all these years, I found that I'd look into past lives. I could see where we've been together, and things had not been very good for either one of us in these relationships. But I could never get an answer to why, totally why, until now. And now I have the answer to it, because I took him from his mom, and I took him from an environment that he was comfortable in. But I'm grateful for the idea of understanding it finally. Many lifetimes where we're together in very confrontation situations, which explain part of it, but not the whole of it. And you have to have the whole of it before you can really let go of anything. I've had lunch with him once since I've been here, and he's called me maybe 8 or 9 times, but it's okay because I've come to terms with it. I know why, and I don't, I never resented it, but I was curious or trying to understand it. But now I can let go of it. So if he wants to interact, I'm here. If he doesn't, it's fine. That's the way life, should be. And my daughter, i.e. granddaughter, I adopted her when she was 7, and she and I are very close. We had some years when we weren't, but I don't know what I've done without her over the last couple of years, because she's done everything for me. I feel so grateful for my family, for my life. I'm not at all unhappy with it. The reason I started writing poems in the first place is I'm dyslexic, and I love to write, but my goodness, what the grammar but over the years that has really improved, and I think it's because of spell check and all these things that have helped me. It was just the story of my life. Oh, okay, there's not a poem in here that doesn't have some relationship to my own life. This one's called True Surrender. True surrender opens the heart to what you truly are, allowing all your awarenesses to gently float through every sensation of God. Each knowing endless possibilities, everything is for what it is, not as it might be. True surrender is such a subtle experience, making all things possible. I have my computer, I have Zoom, I have email, I have the whole thing, and I use it all the time because I've always been one that knew there was more, been open to more. I just do it, I kept thinking years ago, I don't want to sit up on a little pink cloud and strum a harp. That's not anything I was really interested in my whole life. But the idea that I'm always going to be learning through every place that I go, for every state of consciousness that I'm in, there's always more. And that's the most beautiful part of this religion, is that there's always more. And I don't give up easily. I don't want to quit living. That's living, is to constantly be learning new things, no matter what it is, I would not want to get to the point where I didn't want to learn anymore, but I rarely give up on anything. I just rarely give up, because that's not living. Well, I think I've done fairly well with it. I mean, I'm still able to walk by myself and to do all these things, which I think is an amazing thing at 92, almost 93. But it's okay. Everything's okay. I have aches and pains. Oh, yes, I do. I've got arthritis in my back. I've got osteoarthritis in both hips. But I don't really think of it that way. I just think of it as another step, another journey, another place to go, another thing to understand why I'm doing this. What is in it for me, for every step of my life? What am I supposed to learn from it? And how can I become a better person because of it? And know that there's always another step, another way to go, another place to be, and not afraid of anything, but wondering why I'm still here. Sometimes it surprises me, but I'm very grateful for it because of the interactions I have with my children and my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. I think that I'm very fortunate because there's so many here that they're not at all in touch with their families. But I'm just so grateful for that, I'm so happy about it. Great-grandson took me to lunch yesterday. It's just a joy. Life is living. It's not existing. If you're existing, you're just coping. If you're living, you're able to understand that there's always another step, there's another way, there's another thing for you to do. No matter where you are in your life, there's something more to look forward to. Soul is eternal. Soul never dies. It's always there, This is just a body that encases soul. How can you encourage someone who's bound and determined to live their life in that particular manner? They've done it all their lives. They've not changed. I watch people in here and I wonder, how in the world can you be so unhappy? But they are, and that's their life. Do they want to change? I don't think so. So may the blessings be. Each of us has to make our own decisions, responsible for our own lives, self-responsibility. And that's what I've always liked about this path, because when I realized that I was totally responsible for all my actions, because how in the world does a baby understand when they have a mother that's paranoid schizophrenic? How does a baby understand that? How did that happen to me? Why did it happen to me? Well, I learned why it happened to me. And it's okay. It's just, everything is, like I said again, I say this repeatedly to myself, everything is in its rightful place in the spiritual world. And all you have to do is understand it and accept it for what it is, not what you'd like it to be. Self-love is something that I've had a tough time with, because we have this tendency to be, or I do anyway, of wanting to not be good enough. It's okay to feel, not feel complete at times. Self-love is, it's a tricky thing, and it's always showing you when it's not there. in little things that I do. I might say something or do something and I have to catch myself. No, no, no. You don't do that. That's not showing yourself respect. But it's a process, like everything else. Learn, relearn, understand. Think you understand, deeper level, deeper level, deeper level. Because everything has action and reaction. If this world has created its own mistakes, its own miseries, its own joys, it's as we all have. It's just accepting responsibility. When you accept responsibility, you find your answers. I make plans and God laughs. If I don't turn it over to the Mahanta and see what it actually should be, then it's never going to be what it should be. And just like I say, my life is a journey of unending possibilities. That's what it is. Sad journeys end. You realize that one destination has been reached and will always be remembered like wisps of a beautiful dream, bringing bits of sadness. Then comprehension comes that is a stepping stone into new vistas of never-ending possibilities, bringing the knowingness that there is always more. The journey never ends.